the Milo Experience.
Well, looky here. Look what we found ourselves here. Look what the cat has dragged in, people. It's you. It's me. 2:45. It's me. It's you. 1:45. Welcome to episode number 38 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Yes. Yes, it's been such an adventure that we've been on, people. I'm so excited for this adventure that we've been on. It's been so great. Love being on adventures. I live for adventures, actually. I live for adventures. That's all I want in my life is nothing but adventure. I don't want any mischievous fucking misadventures. I just want pro adventures, bro. I want the found adventures. I want the Mr. Adventure. Call me Mr. Adventure right here, right now. Here I am, ready to rock and roll. And it's been an arduous journey. I mean, not a journey. It's not been arduous and it hasn't been a journey. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a great rock and roll time. We've just been fucking, going from high to low and then bouncing straight back up again to the highs. And it's just been a lot of fun. And it's a adventure of rediscovery. It's been a lot of crazy stuff happening. It's just a light-hearted, fun, little majestic thing that we've been doing. Like skipping along with the fairies and the elves and all that type of shit. I feel like I'm in like some fantasy scene, like some fucking Dark Crystal labyrinth type shit, except it's even it's like the light crystal and the labyrinth has got no twists and turns in it. It's just like a straight line. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling like right now. Glad for this adventure that you all decided to join me on. I'm glad that you decided to join me and I'm glad that we're on the adventure. So yeah. One thing I've been thinking to myself recently is like, do you even know how to crack an egg? Do you know how to crack an egg, mate? Because once we get down to the hard fucking yolk of it, then there's nothing but the white to separate from the yellow, bruh. You know what I'm saying, man? We got to crack that shit. A lot of people don't really know how to fucking get down to it. Getting down to whisking that protein, whatever the fuck you're putting the egg into, whether it's some dry goods that you're trying to wet them up or if you're smashing it in a pan so you can fry that bitch. Either way, you got to get through the shell. You've got to pierce the veil. You've got to fucking, just got to get through to the other side. Break on through to the other side is what you got to do if you want to fucking get some fucking food in your belly, cunt. You know what I'm saying, man? Eggs aren't that fucking valuable, man. And sometimes it's not about what's inside them, but what we're going to do with them, bruh, Sometimes you want to get some progress, you got to crack a few eggs is what they say. If you want to make an omelette, you got to break a few fucking eggs, mate. And a lot of people have forgotten that. A lot of people have forgotten that one key detail. It's not always about preservation. It's not always just about fucking keeping everything stored under your butt crack or fucking, putting stuff in a nest and sitting on them for weeks and weeks until they fucking come to fruition or whatever the hell, bruh. Nah, sometimes you gotta bash that shit open, smash it into a fucking, soup or whatever, like a fucking yolky ass soup, a yolky fucking shattered egg yolk fucking soup solution, huh? And then you gotta fucking whisk that bitch and fry that shit, bruh. Whisk that bitch, fry that shit. I said whisk that bitch, fry that shit, yeah. So yeah, I've been getting too many emails lately about fucking absolutely everything that you can fucking think of as well. I'm not even just talking about forget about work, man. Forget about work. Yeah, I get a lot of emails there and I'm sure a lot of other fucking people get a lot of emails there as well. Am I right, people? Just nothing but the fucking eternal inbox perpetually being filled with fucking garbage ass shit that no one gives a fuck about. Oh, as per my last email, check my signature fucking for the phone contact details. And can you find the attachment, please? Find the attachment and then print the attachment and then do something with the attachment. Yeah, not just that, because we all get fucking enough of that in our day-to-day lives, don't we? Am I right, people? From Monday to fucking Friday, the emails be coming in. They don't be coming out because I don't be fucking sending shit to no one, bro. I don't want to talk to anyone. I barely want to read the communications that coming into me, let alone fucking make communications going out of me to others, because I don't give a fuck about telling anyone anything. I don't care. You stay over there in your hell and do whatever the fuck you were doing before you decided to contact me, because I ain't budging, bruh. I ain't gonna fucking talk. I ain't snitching, and I ain't gonna, loose lips sink ships, man. And I ain't about to fucking, spread these lips over your email address and fucking saliva it all up with my licking tongue and give you what you want to know from me, because you haven't fucking earned it, man. Like, all these emails coming in, and like, I don't even know who half of these people are. I don't even know who they work for. But anyway, like I said, forget about work. Work's bad enough, man. You get people coming fucking asking me all types of stupid ass questions via email. Email, the most antiquated fucking. Don't you realize we have instant messaging now? Why do you want to why does email even exist? That's the question I want to know. Email is so old. It's so old and it's dumb. And like, we have real-time messaging now. So, even like, I guess like instant messaging is one step away, one degree of separation from making a phone call, right? And they call it instant messaging, but it's not like the instant I get the message that I need to do anything, right? It's like, I get the message and it stays there until I look at it, and unless I'm on Snapchat, then the message is going to stay there even beyond looking at it. Like, it's some post-reading stayness that the message has, right? Like, beyond reading comprehension, the message is going to stay, man. The message is going to linger. Do you have to let it linger, bruh? You know what I'm saying, bruh? So, yeah, it's not like I need to fucking take action, call to arms, and fucking just drop everything what I'm doing and just run out the warehouse and do whatever the fuck like you've requested of me, or read this message or respond to it or whatever. Like, the message ain't going anywhere. So why not just send a message rather than an email, and I'll read to the message and I'll respond to it in due time, like... Why does email exist? So that you can get a message and then look at it later? Well, can't I do that with any type of message that has ever existed? Unless I'm getting some Inspector Gadget type fucking exploding messages coming into my inbox or whatever, into my phone. I guess that's the purpose of Snapchat. So don't be messaging me there if you want me to fucking act upon something, because I ain't gonna see it, I ain't gonna read it, and maybe I will read it, and then I'll forget about it 5 seconds later, because whatever you're trying to tell me is a bunch of bullshit anyway, and I don't care. All right. So yeah, emails shouldn't exist. And we should just all switch over to instant messaging, because I'll respond to your message when I feel like it, and I ain't turning on my read receipts either. No read receipts. You don't get to know when I've read your shit, or even if it has been read by anyone. Like, I'm not reading nothing. I'm not letting you know about when I read the things, because I'll be reading them whenever I feel like it, and I feel like it's like invasion of privacy for you to be knowing when my eyes make contact with the message you be sending me. Like, I'm looking at my phone, man. That's like, that's my message now. It's my phone screen, my LED display, OLED display, or whatever the fuck, man. And it's my eyeballs, and I be I'm not trying to tell you when my eyeballs meet my phone screen, bruh. Understand? But yeah, just like anything that happens, man, just getting so many fucking emails. I'll be out doing my shopping, email. Fucking driving my car around, email. Taking a hike out in the fucking wilderness, email. I'll be doing a Grand Slam wrestling match, jumping in from the turnbuckle, email. I'll be skulking around the fucking sewers, collecting feces and guano for my fucking, shit collection, email. People just can't fucking leave me alone, always trying to get at me, trying to get at my email address. I don't even know where they found it, or what the purpose of them trying to send me emails is. Like, don't you realize that I'll fucking... And look, in my own private time, I don't be reading no emails from anyone, or reading anything at all. Actually, I barely even read turn signals. I don't read novels, and I don't read the fucking text on LED on fucking. I don't read the text on neon signs around the place and shit like that, bruh. I don't be reading nothing in my own time, dude. Everything the only thing that I be reading in my own time is minds, man, because I'm basically like ESP psychic type shit. Got all this telekinetic type power stuff happening inside of my brain. I'm basically, it's not like a superpower or anything like that. It's not actually like a phenomena that you could bottle up and measure and transmorph or mogrify into some type of fucking reconstituted compound chemical or substituted solution that you can drain into a vial and then fucking, measure, weigh, experiment on, or anything like that. Shine light through it, try to get it to change fucking energy state from excited to lackadaisical or whatever the fuck, bruh, right? It's nothing like that. I'm just saying that, like, I'm really well tuned into, like, just reality. I'm, like, so, like, defined into the, like, tuned into the fucking creases and the folds of fucking dark matter that be out there in space and entwined with the fucking particles here on Earth, and they'd be traveling through my brain and just, I mean, not even through my brain, but I'd just be sensing them with my, like, organs and stuff, like my skin touches stuff, get heat fucking measurements from my skin, you know, like, and light. I can feel when light is on my skin because of the heat that it carries, and like, I can see with my eyeballs, I can see light, and I can smell things. And so, but look, I'm just trying to say, like, it's not a superpower. I don't really have extrasensory perception. It feels like it, but what it is I'm just like a highly empathetic type dude who's really, like, just tuned into reality and just, like, be noticing stuff. Like, I'm super observant. Not even, like, I don't even need to, like, train my focus onto any one thing or, like, focus, like, my spotlight of attention on the fucking whatever. It's not like that. Like, I just be, like, osmosizing, like, things just coming from the environment that I'd be immediately in, and, like, just picking up on all the subtle clues and cues and signals that be coming through, and, like, you know, just really, like, fucking zenned out, man, and just, like, knowing stuff. That's what I'm like. So, yeah, forget why I was telling you about that, but that's what I'm like. I'm basically like a conduit where information comes through me, and and then I redistribute that information after, like, filtering it through so many different channels of fucking, like, redistribution that I just be making sense of things at some type of quantum level that other people don't necessarily have access to, or maybe they're just not aware of it, or they haven't unlocked their proper fucking, dimensional eyeballs yet to be fucking knowing about this stuff, man. There's been a lot of contention lately, a lot of crazy stuff been happening out there in the wide world. Am I right, people? A lot of crazy shit. We're talking, like, paradigm shifts, changes in the balance of power, and fucking, restoring, rearranging, and, like, basically redefining the hierarchy of life. That's what's been happening, and it's a really contentious issue. A lot of people been arguing about things and debating and, like, trying to get to the bottom of a lot of stuff, right? And it's always been like that, but I'm telling you right now, it's coming to a head, or it's already came to a head, and now the head has came and the head is gone. And but it's not long since gone, so you can still feel the effects of the head. And if you really wanted to, you can go down to the toes, spread them out, crawl up the shins, and by golly, you're going to find yourself at the kneecaps in a moment's notice. It's not really it's not a big deal. It's just something that's going to eventually going to happen anyway. It's an eventuation, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And among all this, there's been, like, among all the debate, there's been a lot of opinions, a lot of misinformation, a lot of facts checking, and a lot of, like, reporting and stuff like that going on. And so you basically got two sides. There's people that understand that 3 is a number between 2 and 4, and there are those that believe that 3 exists outside of the confines of that bracket. It's basically a range, like, anything that is like, you can't have 3.1, 3.01, 3.001. You can't have 2.9999999 or 2.998. None of those are 3, right? 3 does not have no integers after the decimal point, man. And, like, it's sandwiched right in between 2 and 4. That's never gonna change. It's never gonna, like, nothing is ever gonna change that fact. No matter what you try to veto, no matter what you try to fucking impeach, no matter how many times you recount the ballot, it doesn't matter how you fucking jerry rig the what do they call it? The gerrymandering, right? It doesn't matter how you rig the gerrymandering of the fucking voting regions or whatever the hell, man. Like, it doesn't matter how you divide the states and counties and prefectures and territories into it doesn't matter how you slice and dice them, they're still going to come out nice with the rice. And if you serve it with a pie, it will suffice until you die, and then you come out with the lice in your hair, and then you don't have no pears, all you got is apples and lemons and oranges, and you don't know what to do with yourself. Well, maybe, just maybe, you should open up a fruit and veg store and try to fucking get a peel about it, bro. Try to get a big feel of the peel, and then try to appeal to the people that need the food to come and buy from your business, so that you can get the things twisted into a new mince existence. Got myself a pure blonde right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. You know that I can't keep a secret. I wouldn't lie about that, so you believe me when I tell you that I'm drinking pure blonde. The everyday drinker. Got 98 calories and 0.8 grams of carbs per serving, which is 375 milliliters, and includes 4.2% alcohol for my bloodstream. Speaking of big business, though, like, wouldn't it be great, and I mean, I've been thinking about this for a while, wouldn't it be great if the sun went down at exactly 7 p.m. every day? Every single day. I don't care what time it came up. I don't care how long it's been lingering around in the sky for, or what fucking side of the city it's on. Did it come from the north or the south or the east or the west or whatever the fuck, man? You know that I'm the best. I'm coming straight through with the bulletproof vest, so you can't shoot the heart that's in my chest. Yeah. But if the sun went down at 7 p.m., then I think a lot of people would be happier about that, because sometimes the days just be dragging on, man. It just be dragging on like a fucking big winged scale fire-breathing fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying, dude? Be dragging on. The daylights be dragging on. And so, yeah, I just want to like be able to go to sleep at exactly 7:01. I mean, go to bed or whatever, or at least just like, you know, it's just a matter of fact that the light being out there just messes with my brain. And it makes me think that, like, you know, eventually in the summer, I mean, I don't have to think this because this is a reality, but, like, you know, in the summertime, the sun be staying up until, like, nearly fucking 9 p.m., dude. Nearly 9 p.m., man. You know, like, you look over to the fucking horizon line where the sun was setting, and the sky be brighter over there than it was where it came from, where it's, like, pitch black darkness. I'm talking about, like, you know, the latest that the sun will stay up. You know, and I think it'd be just, a lot of people would be happier if the sun went down at 7 p.m. It'd be a lot more regular. It'd be something that we could rely on, and it'd be something that people could fucking look forward to in their lives. Like, you know, just another, like, a lot of people don't have a lot going on in their lives, man. A lot of people are downtrodden. They don't have a lot of possessions. They don't have, like, you know, a lot of fucking skills, and they don't have a lot of intelligence, and that really affects their fucking morale. It affects the way that they live, and it affects the choices that they make, man. And I think, like, just having a rock in place, you know, it's really important that we can latch onto symbols in our life and fucking codes and fucking enigmas, and we can just, like, I'm just paraphrasing here, but if we could work them out and de-encrypt them, then, like, you know, basically it's something that you could just, you know, it's like, we know the sun's going to come up every day. We know that the sun's going to go down, but a lot of to a lot of people, that's just not enough, man. That's a lot of uncertainty there, you know? Like, what time will it rise? What time will it fucking go down, man? What's the opposite of rise, by the way? Fall? What time will it fall? Why don't we call it sunfall? Sunset. Set. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, the sun sets, doesn't it? The sun rises in the morning and the sun sets in the evening at exactly fucking 7 p.m. if I had my way. And I think that would just comfort a lot of people. Like, you know, that's what I'm trying to say, is that in our lives, we all have certain rocks, right? Rocks. We got rocks in our lives, man. I ain't talking dirt and dust out there in the fucking ground or boulders. I'm talking about, like, certain things in our lives that we can look to, cherish, and just know that they're going to be there. Unwavering, unchanging, like comfort things. Like some rocks might be like, your parents, or maybe like someone's got like a pet dog and that's their rock. Or maybe it's your significant other, that's my rock. Or, whatever the fuck. I'm just thinking, like, if the sun set at 7 p.m. every day, rather than, like, the disadvantaged people just, like, being up in arms and, like, tearing their hair out and, like, sweating profusely as they think, oh, well, what's going to happen tonight? Was the sun ever going to go down or what? Like, I just don't get it. They would have something comfortable that they could point to that would restore their fucking faith in humanity every day, and every 24-hour cycle. They'd be able to look towards it and go, yep, that sun be setting in about 1 minute when it's 6:59, or in about 5 minutes when it's 6:55 p.m, bro. You know what I mean? And I think just having that is enough for people to fucking, it's enough for them to get up and face the sun the next morning when it decides to rise at whatever the fucking time it would be. But do you think that if the sun would set at 7 p.m. every day, do you think that would necessarily mean that the sun would rise at the same time every day? See, food for thought. You probably have never thought of that. It's probably never occurred to you. You probably never wondered to yourself, what would happen if the sun set at the same time, exactly the same time every single day for the rest of eternity? And what kind of ramifications and implications would that have for the rest of fucking space, time, and reality as we know it? And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to ask the big fucking questions that no one dare to fucking ask, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because a lot of people think that I'm a bigot because I think the sun should go down at 7 p.m. every fucking day. A lot of people think that I'm fucking sunsist or a fucking starsist or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fucking starism or whatever they call it, man. Sunsetism. I don't know what it is. But all I can say, man, is that if I were president of the universe, that would be the first fucking thing that I would do. I wouldn't even put it to vote because it seems like a no-brainer to me. It seems like it would benefit a lot of people, and it's quite a fucking travesty that people haven't done it already. Why hasn't this government that we just elected changed the fucking sunset time, bruh?
Tell me all about it, nobody about it. Everybody got the answers, but nobody got the issues. When you outside the situation, everything seems simple. Black and white is just an illusion. High powers with collusion. Good and evil come together with the fusion. Life's about balance, but I'm imbalanced. Pull up my statistics, I maxed out my talent, but I minimize my feelings. Minimize things that bring me emotion. Now I don't feel much, but the music has value. I gave up my life to create a new avenue. I gotta break free of the system that's draining, bleed me dry, and my time's on the line. So you know what it is, I'm screaming fuck you, pay me. Dark roast grind, cause I do it on the daily. When I hit the mic, I don't even gotta say it. Everybody know it's your Milo, baby. Hate me, I'ma do me more. You don't know shit about keeping it raw. You don't know shit about laying on the floor. 6 years old, so my mother with a broken jaw. Violent life, I'm a child denied. You just judge cause your ego's fucked up and you don't know who you are anymore. I can't stand gangsters, I can't stand rappers. Rehearsed all your lines like an actor. All about the image, but you lack a critical factor. I'm all about the music, bitch. Tell me where you at, bro. I live it, I breathe it. You see me, believe it. Lifestyle music, no money, it's free, bitch. I don't owe you when you don't owe me. I don't owe you when you don't owe me. I live it, I breathe it, you see me, believe it. Lifestyle music, no money, it's free, bitch. I don't owe you when you don't owe me.
Welcome to the Milo Experience.
I mentioned superpowers earlier when I was talking about my extrasensory perception, which I don't have. Remember, I don't actually have it. It's just I'm really tuned into reality, and like it's not a superpower, but if you could have a superpower, like this is a choice question type of thing. It's a question with choices. So I ask you the question, and then you select the choice. And it's about superpowers. So this is a superpower that you can have. You can only, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to present 2 superpowers to you, and you have to choose between superpower 1 or superpower 2, right? So this is the 2 abilities that you get to choose from. Would you rather have the ability, well actually look, I have to reframe it, because it's not an ability, it's like a curse, or it's like an innate ability. It's not something that you just activate. You don't have any willpower or choice over this shit, man. Like once you're inflicted with the curse of choice A or choice B, then you just have to live with the consequences forever. So to get to the point, would you rather have the ability, I mean, it's not an ability, but I mean, would you rather just in your life Would you rather that green traffic lights last 10 seconds longer, or red traffic lights last 10 seconds longer? Think about that. Because it's a deeper question than what you're already thinking about. It's probably deeper than what you realize, right? Because you'd just be thinking, oh, duh, Milo, I'm driving in my car. You think I want to wait at the fucking red light for 10 seconds longer? No, I don't. So I'll take the 10-second green light. Thank you very much. Yeah, but that's extremely shallow thinking. That's the type of fucking two-party thinking, the binary thinking that we have in fucking reality right now in our society. That's just putting us underground, man. It's bringing all of our fucking morals and all of our fucking values, driving it into the floor, bro, because you don't think about when the other light is green, like when the enemy's light is green, your light is red, right? So, and when your light is green, the enemy's light is red. So think about that. So if the enemy's light was red and you had the 10-second green power, right, then your lights would last 10 seconds longer when you're approaching them at the intersection. But like, imagine this: you're approaching the intersection and it's a green light, but you're really far away, and you think to yourself, "Fuck! If I could make that green light last 10 seconds longer, man, I'd be able to I'd just be able to." But if you've got the red light power, you can just go like, "Well, actually, hang on. The enemy's light's going to last 10 seconds longer. So therefore, my green light is probably going to last longer too." So you could just speed up to the light. You know, if you didn't have the green light power, you'd have the red light power. And that just means like, so yeah, it's sort of like a balance. But you have to really think about it, because it's a big window of opportunity. It's like either, or what if you're stuck? What if you're stuck there? You stopped at the fucking intersection and you're waiting for a red light to turn green. And so let's say that red lights last 5 seconds and green lights last 10 seconds, right? And then the green light goes from red to green, and now all of a sudden the green light lasts 10 seconds longer than what you were originally expecting, and then all of the people behind you, they just get the crowd across the line, and that fucks up the flow of traffic for a lot of different people, if you think about it, right? And then if you park that, or if you imagine you're approaching a green light, and then imagine traffic lights, bro. Imagine traffic lights lasting 10 seconds longer than what they do right now. Can you imagine that? Are you good enough to use your fucking brain power and imagine what it would be like if traffic lights lasted longer? Didn't think so, you dumb cunt. Now, the weather be changing, right? Like, the seasons be changing and time be moving. Like, you know, time doesn't stop for anyone. Time be going. And it don't be stopping. That's what time be doing. It be going and not stopping ever, and it just be going always, and that's what time does. And so because of that, a lot of people are unhappy, and a lot of people got to do things that they don't really want to do, and all that types of shit like that. But more importantly, the seasons be changing, time be flowing, and things be changing, right? So it's just like we're sort of into spring now. We're quite a ways into spring, and so what that means is that the flowers be blooming, and the insects be consuming, and I'm going to the moon, man. If you see me moving, then you better start grooving, because I ain't gonna be losing track and all that about what's gonna happen until I go into the den and then I find a new friend. But the point being that time don't stop for no one, man. And now it's in the middle of spring already. And so what I noticed is there's been a lot of rain lately, a lot of sunshine and a lot of rain, making things really humid, which I do not like. I don't like the humidity. I don't like humidity. I know there's some people that probably don't mind it, like Queenslanders, Filipinos, and other Southeast Asians. They love it. Anyone that lives around the equator, they love humidity. Anyone that lives on tropical islands, they love humidity. That's what they love. And my point is that there's been a lot of mosquitoes lately, man, like especially because like I was looking on Facebook the other day, and apparently nearby my house there's been some type of water reservoir that's been fucked up, and got fucked up by mosquitoes. And so because of that, it's become a breeding ground for mosquitoes, and they be populating my entire suburb. It's just like, if you look on Facebook, on the group for my suburb, the suburb group on Facebook, then you see a lot of people that are complaining, crying, and whinging, and fucking shit posting about mosquitoes, man. There's a lot of mosquitoes around, is what I'm trying to say, man. And they be coming in my house, bruh. Mosquitoes be seizing my house and sieging me outside the house. Every time I step out the door, it's just 50,000 trillion billion mosquitoes trying to fucking suck me off. Mosquitoes trying to suck me off, and I'm not really happy about it. Not a big fan of that, right? Don't really like the mosquitoes when they do that. And what I come to realize is that, or like question, I'll be asking questions a lot of the time. I've always got questions inside of my brain. And even if I don't have questions inside my brain at the moment, then they're going to come later. Like, my brain is like a question generator. It basically just in the back end of my brain, front end of my brain just be thinking about music and like fucking like songs and jingles and riffs and like tunes and stuff like that. That's the front of my brain is just like a revolving carousel. It's like a fairground ride, a rotating roller disco of just brainless morons dancing inside. Like, that's what the front of my brain's like. But the back of it is like a question generator, just be coming up with questions all the time. Like, imagine a generator that generates questions, and that's the back end of my brain. So I started to questioning, like, is mosquito even an English word? Is it even an English word? Because, like, can you just imagine to yourself how it's spelled versus how it's pronounced? And like mosquito, it reminds me of like a couple of things. Like, reminds me of A, not an English word, and B, it reminds me of a Spanish word, because like Quito or like Quito is like it reminds me of like quesadilla or like que. It reminds me of Spanish shit, man. Quito, isn't that like key, like Q-U-I? Mosquito. Yeah, it sounds like Spanish or some shit. So it just makes me think of like mosquitoes should probably be like, if there was a mosquito cartoon character, he'd definitely be Mexican, wearing a poncho and a sombrero, and he'd be a lazy mosquito. That's what he'd do, and he'd be that too. He'd do and be that. The mosquito would be a mosquito, and he would be lazy if he was a Spanish cartoon. But it also reminds me of mosque, which is like, I guess that's an Arabic word, I presume, like, because that's the place where Muslims pray. They pray at the mosque. So what is a mosquito? Is like a Spanish person like that prays at a Muslim mosque, Islamic Spanish person. But like mosquito should really be like Moskeeto is what I think, mosquito. Because like this like currently this is the way we all agree to spell it, is Mosquito. Can you believe that? Quito. Quito. I find it hard to believe, and I just find it hard to imagine that after all these years we still haven't corrected its spelling. After all this time, no one has realized that there's better ways to do things. Even if it was Moskito, that would even make more sense than Q. Like, am I supposed to be? Was there ever a time where it said mosquito? Mosquito? Like, what's the etymology of the word? What's the history of it? Is it even Latin? Is it Spanish? Is it even fucking Arabic? Who even knows? All I can tell you is it's not English, right? Mosquito. Looking at the spelling versus the pronunciation doesn't make much sense. But I also heard a fun fact about mosquitoes that I didn't know until some other time later, after I was thinking about that, because I spent a lot of time thinking about the spelling of mosquito, and then after I got done thinking about that, I learned this fact. I happened to see a random fact about mosquitoes, because I mean, I don't know how I came, but I mean, anyway. So there's a lot of this. I'm gonna get to the random fact. It's a fun fact about mosquitoes. But so there's a lot of mosquitoes in my house right now, right? I can't keep them out. They be getting in all the nooks and crannies and just fucking doing whatever mosquitoes do, like infiltration type shit, tactical espionage. I got solid mosquito in my fucking house trying to fucking not alert all the guards and try to avoid the cameras and like avoid the laser beams and all that type of shit. It's mosquito impossible type shit in my house. But But which leads me to like, the mosquitoes in my house, they got to deal with a lot of noise and volume because I'm a loud person. You can already hear that my voice is loud. My voice, loud, right? But I'm a musician, and so I do all kinds of loud things like playing music loud or playing loud, distorted heavy metal guitar through a cranked amplifier going like loud stuff, or like scrolling a sample library of 10,000 different snare drums while I'm way too high and listening back to like trying to dig for a sample, playing them back way too loud and destroying my hearing because I'm too high to realize that it's too loud, and I'm scrolling 1,000 samples that sound like thinking that they sound different when in reality it's probably not the case, but there's 1,000 of them, right? And so the mosquitoes got to deal with that. They got to deal with me choosing a snare drum. They got to deal with me playing loud music on my computer, like through speakers, and they've got to deal with me playing loud guitar, right? And it's always loud and it's always obnoxious, and the mosquitoes be around it. And it made me, the fun fact was that mosquitoes, they go deaf. Mosquitoes have ears. I don't know if they have ears. Actually, I take that back. I don't know if mosquitoes have ears, but mosquitoes do detect sound. Well, so they have sound sensing organs. I guess they sense vibrations in the air. Whatever the fuck they be doing, they be sensing sound, right? That's what mosquitoes do. Suck blood, sensing sound. If I was a mosquito, that would be on my bumper sticker. I'd have a bumper sticker that said sucking blood, sensing sound. That's what it'd be doing and having on the back of my car is a bumper sticker that says that as a mosquito. If I were a mosquito, that's what I'd have. But what I learned, the fun fact is, getting back to the fun fact, is that mosquitoes, once they go deaf, they can no longer have sex. They don't mate anymore. Right? So let that sink in. Mosquitoes, they go deaf and they don't mate anymore, which made me realize that like my bachelor pad is actually like full of incel mosquitoes. Not just myself. I'm not a mosquito. I might be an incel, but I'm not a mosquito. But there are mosquitoes inside my bachelor pad, and those mosquitoes must have been traumatized by obscenely loud sounds, which would be destroying their sound sensing organs, meaning that they can't fuck no more, bruh. They can't fuck no more. The boy mosquito is no longer interested in the girl mosquitoes, and the girl mosquitoes can't even hear the boy mosquitoes, and they can't hear each other. So it just makes me think that like all the mosquitoes in my place are incels, man. You know what I'm saying, bruh? Because I don't think they volunteered their fucking their sex organs up or their sound sensing organs. So now whenever they be trying to bump uglies, they can't do it because they can't hear each other, and they just be like perpetually like the sound of my distorted guitar must be running through the mosquito's mind, because like mosquitoes, I don't think they got a very large brain. They can't have a very large brain. If you look at a mosquito, they're small. And so, I don't think there's a lot of room in there, nor is there a lot of RAM, like, random access memory inside of the little fucking shitty brain that they got. So, I imagine that, like, perpetually they're just, like, in their mind after they've been traumatized by the fucking post-traumatic stress disorder sounds that they hear in my room. It's just, like, endless, like, just, like, a 3-second guitar loop of my extremely loud, distorted guitar in their brain, just, like, cascading over and over, just preventing them from having sex, man. It doesn't sound like something that is very fun to do, nor would the mosquitoes, it seems like it's subverting their natural prerogative. What's the word? It's the imperative. Yeah, the imperative of a mosquito is to have sex with others mosquitoes, and they don't be doing that when I blast them with my amplifier and 1,000 fucking gigawatts of guitar distorted, brutal fucking death metal power. So in short, yeah, mosquitoes are incels in my house. While I've been talking about mosquitoes, my question generating brain, like the back end of my brain has been generating questions while I'm talking. Like sometimes the questions go unanswered, right? Because the questions are too fleeting. Like I might be talking too long. I might be actively using the front end of my brain while the back end is just going crazy, like generating all these questions. And I don't know where the questions go. They're very fleeting sort of things. Like sometimes they're just lost to the aether, right? But the question that I was just that had popped into my mind while I was rambling about mosquitoes is like, whatever happened to all of, like, you know, there were medical mysteries when I was a kid, right? Medical mysteries that would come on, like, the daytime TV or, like, in the morning TV or afternoon. On the TV. Doesn't matter what time of day it was, but, like, I just remember, I got memories of, like, this type of thing happening on, like, morning TV show, the morning news show, like breakfast shows, that type of thing. But whatever happened to the people that would have hiccups for like 100 years, like, well, their whole life, or this man had hiccups for 10 years and he still has them, you know, or whatever. Like, those types of cases, did they go away? Like, I haven't seen that type of shit happen in ages, man. But the thing that I'm really thinking though is, like, how bad is hiccups? Like, I think I would rather have terminal cancer than hiccups, or I think I'd rather, like, have my balls cut off. I'd rather be fucking desexed, man. I'd rather be castrated than have hiccups. I'd rather have pins and needles pushed into every fucking pore of my skin than have hiccups, because I don't even know how to justify any of what I just said, but I just hate hiccups. Like, do you understand what I mean when I say I hate hiccups? Is that something that resonates with you? If I hadn't gone on that preamble and I just came up to you, like, you're minding your own business, doing whatever the fuck, having a beer at the bar, dancing on the dance floor, filling out your homework, or, like, applying for a new fucking, you know, whatever, a new car, or, like, asking for money from the government or whatever, just doing your own thing. You're standing in the elevator. If I come up to you and I said, I hate hiccups, don't you? Isn't that something that would resonate with you? Isn't that something that would, like, spark joy in your mind, and, like, the synapses start firing, your eyes light up and you start twitching, and, like, this perspiration starts congealing on your skin and shit like that, condensing, right? Wouldn't that just make you go, I know where this motherfucker is coming from. I understand hatred for hiccups like he does. I finally found my people. I finally found my kind. Because hiccups be painful, be annoying, be involuntary, and be unexplained by science. And it just really annoys me because they're annoying. And it annoys me also because of, like, the lack of control that I have over my body. Because I feel like it must be a physiological thing, right? A physiological thing where, like, you know, I can't control it with my brain. That's what I mean. Like, you can have hiccups. Sometimes I have hiccups for like an hour, and it's just so awful and so painful, actually. It's, like, painful to have hiccups for an hour. So I can only imagine how fucking painful it must have been to have it for 10 years. I would have probably killed myself by then, or just asked to be put out of my misery, or I don't know what I would do, but I would definitely die if I had hiccups for 10 years. That's what would happen. I would die. So yeah, and, like, yeah, I think I'd rather just die than have hiccups. That's the point of what I'm trying to say. I lost my train of thought, but I was talking about hiccups and how shitty they are, and I would rather die than have hiccups. So don't you understand where I'm coming from? Isn't that something that's just relatable? Or are you the type of person that doesn't understand what I'm saying when I say I hate hiccups? Because I hate them. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Because, like, yeah, one thing that I hate about them is that, like, they're so involuntary, and I can't just think them away, you know? I feel like that humans should have, like, good enough control over that. Can't you, like, stupid brain stuff of humans, right? Like, I'd be having hiccups and I don't like it, and, like, consciously I can be like, hey, brain, you're having hiccups now. We don't need any of that. I didn't ask for that. Didn't initiate the hiccup sequence. There's no reason for us to have them right now, like, because I'd be having conversations with my brain. There's no reason for us to have hiccups, so can't you shut that shit down, you know? And brain just totally ignore you, totally do nothing, totally do the opposite, probably ramp them up or whatever, and just be fucking like, fuck you, Milo, we got hiccups for the next hour now, and guess what? Every time you fucking complain about it, you're just gonna fucking elongate the fucking problem, bruh. That's the kind of shit I hate. I hate it when I feel like I've relinquished my bodily autonomy to the god of hiccups, to the powers of hiccups, and I no longer have control over my fucking bodily functions anymore, man. It just gives me the fucking shits, bruh. All right. That's about enough out of me, I think, people. That's enough from me. It's enough. So, real life updates. I found a house, I found a rental, I found a place to move into. So I'm still officially squatting in my current residence, and I will be moving to another rental property at the end of November, like the last day of November. I think it's November 29. There you go, November 29. is when the procedure begins, okay? Moving house. So between now and then, I'm just going to be living life, having fun. I'm going to be going to work and doing all the rest of the other shit. But I suppose I've got to pack up some of my belongings, which is still out. I went to pack some shit the other day and I realized that like fucking 85% of my stuff is still packed. That's what happens when you live a nomadic life like me, man. I'm 35-year-old man. I've probably moved like 25 plus times in my life, man. I've barely spent more than 2 years in the one house ever in my life. Isn't that crazy and disruptive and not normal? That's what I think too. I'm the type of person who's lived a nomadic lifestyle, so when I move from one house to the other, I don't even bother unboxing my shit anymore. I should probably just throw it all in the garbage dump because all of my stuff is useless and I don't even know what I have anymore, and I barely have anything. A, I barely have any stuff. B, the stuff I have, I don't even know where it is or what it does. And C, all I care about is my computer and my guitars, so they're the only things that I take with me and unpack and pack and unpack. So yeah, that's what's happening. Moving house at the end of the month. Work super busy. Christmas time shit. It's all the same boring shit as what I said every other time. The news is that I found a rental though, so that's sort of a good thing. That's a good thing. If you are listening on YouTube, you know what to do, tube. Go down there and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment saying bing bong or saying hey Milo, and I will respond to your comment. If you're listening on Spotify, you're that guy, then you can like the episode, I believe. You can follow and like the podcast, and I'm going to post a poll like I do every single fucking time I upload an episode, and you can interact with the poll on Spotify for a bit of fun, yeah? If you want to reach out to me directly, candidly, you want me to see something from you to me, then send me a fucking email, mate. It's Milo@milopkl.com. 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 Send me an email there. And I guess that's about it, people. Thank you so much for joining me for episode number 38 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. And I will see you in the next episode.